Hello. Welcome to this guide on deploying a Django project on your local network. Have you ever wanted to share your Django project with others on your Wi-Fi or home network without needing a public server? Well, today, we'll show you exactly how to do that. This allows your friends, family, or colleagues to access your web application directly from their devices within the same network. We'll cover the necessary steps, from adjusting your Django settings to configuring your firewall and finding your local IP address. Let's get started. First, we need to adjust the settings.py file in your Django project. Find the allowed_hosts variable. This variable tells Django which hostnames are allowed to serve the application. By default, it's often empty or contains only localhost. To allow access from your local network, you need to add your local IP address and potentially. However, using is generally not recommended for production environments due to security risks. For local development, it's acceptable, but be aware of the implications. Get your machine's IP address from the terminal. You can use IP protocol configuration on Windows or ifconfig on Linux/macOS. Find the init or IPv4 address. Add this IP address to the allowed_hosts list, like this: allowed_hosts equals 192.168.1.10, localhost 127.0.0.1. Remember to replace 192.168.1.10 with your actual IP address. Save the settings.py file. Next, you need to find out which port your Django development server is running on. By default, it's usually port 8000. If you've changed it, make sure you use the correct port. Open your firewall settings. You need to allow incoming connections on the port your Django server is using. This will allow other devices on your network to access your application. How you configure the firewall depends on your operating system. On Windows, search for Windows Defender Firewall and click on Advanced Settings. Create a new inbound rule for the port. On Linux, you might use of or iptables to allow connections. Make sure to enable the rule. Now, run your Django development server using Python manage.py run server 0.0.0.0:8000. The 0.0.0.0 part is crucial. It tells Django to listen on all available network interfaces, not just local host. If you omit this, your application will only be accessible from your own machine. Open a web browser on another device connected to the same network. Enter your server's IP address, followed by the port number. For example, if your server's IP address is 192.168.1.10 and your port is 8000, enter 192.168.1.10:8000 into the browser's address bar. If everything is configured correctly, you should see your Django application running on the other device. You've successfully deployed your Django project on your local network. Thank you for watching. I hope this guide was helpful in deploying your Django project locally. If you found this video useful, please consider supporting the channel by liking the video, leaving a comment, and subscribing for more content. Every bit of support helps me create more tutorials like this one. Let me know if there are any other topics you'd like me to cover in the future.